really hope this doesn't come off like I'm complaining, because I'm not trying to complain. But I just feel like I'm so tired of always constantly waiting for it to be my turn. Like, when is it going to be my turn? When am I going to get a job? When am I going to get a boyfriend? When am I going to go to law school? When am I going to start enjoying my life? And I feel like I'm sitting here, I'm doing all the things, and I'm putting in all the effort, and I still feel like I'm just sitting here with my fingers crossed, just like hoping and praying that like things work out for me. Like, that's all I do, I feel like, is just have blind hope that something's gonna work out.
Put me on a feeling I never had.
I've always been delusional, yes. Hey guys, how are we doing? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonya and
I'm Victoria.
If you are new to this channel, you may be new to Victoria. This is my best friend. You should definitely check out our other video we did on keeping and maintaining long-lasting friendships. And you should also check out her YouTube channel, because now she has her own YouTube channel, and I'm gonna leave all of her information down there in the description bar so that y'all can subscribe to her.
Thank you.
Okay. Today we're gonna dive a little bit into the topic of being a late bloomer, because in some ways both of us are 100% late bloomers.
Yeah.
And we just want to let y'all know that it's okay, life goes on. Mm-hmm. In this video, we're basically talking about people who might develop their talents a little bit later, or their full potential isn't actually realized until a little bit later in their life. Maybe their 30s, 40s, 50s, late 20s. Mm-hmm. We're about to be in our late 20s. But basically, people who achieve success a little bit later than like expected. Yeah.
Individualized late blooming.
Yeah.
Not in relation to other people or things like that, like self.
Yeah. But it's like, what exactly is late bloom? Like, when are you supposed to have the dream career? When are you supposed to have marriage? When are you supposed to have your first kid, your first house? It's who makes up the rule? Who says okay, who says by 25, oh yeah, I gotta have my dream career, my degree, I gotta at least be engaged, I gotta at least be looking at houses with my future spouse? Who exactly made that
this agenda?
The rule? Yeah, the agenda.
Yeah, I feel like it's just society. Like, I feel like no one necessarily says it. Like,
yeah, it's just like, no.
Mm-hmm, yeah, but I don't know who's making it known. Like, I don't know. That's the weird part, because, like you're saying, who said? Like, I know we didn't go to each other and say, hey, girl, by blah, blah, blah date, we want to have, you know what I mean? Yeah. Like, it never gave that.
It's like, you can have goals. I'm pretty sure everybody sits down and plans out their life. Oh yeah, right. Like, I remember when I was in high school, I was like, oh yeah, I'm gonna have my degree by like 21, my 4-year. I'm probably gonna be engaged, married by 25. I'm probably gonna have my first kid by like 27.
That would be this year, Books.
It's not. It ain't looking like a mama.
Right. She ain't 27 mama.
She ain't giving mama. She's giving auntie.
TT. But I do think that some of it happens from like education. Yeah. Like society or whatever, because when you go from elementary, you go to middle school, then you go to high school, then you go like some people go to college, some people don't, but like then after college you get a job, and so then it's like, oh, I have money for a house, should I get a house? You know what I mean? Like, so I think it's somewhat of a natural progression because of the systems that are now in place, in combination with some stuff people have made up.
Yeah, and just like watching previous generations. Yeah, because you did mention that earlier.
Yeah. Your parent, like, okay, for example, my parents, I'm 26, I'll be 27 in May. They had a house already, had moved across the country from their parents already. 3 kids. Three of them. Not one of them. You hear me? 1, 2, and 3. 3 kids. And so that's completely different from the journey that I've taken, from what I've done. But even if I think about my grandparents, they were married at an even younger age. Like, people literally got married at like 15. So it's like, that's completely different than what we have now. And I feel like it creates my mom did, my dad did, my aunt did, my uncle did, like I said, the generation you look up to. A trickle down effect, and the people that you look up to or may reflect on their life to kind of guide yours. It was done completely different, because also at 27, my parents didn't have cell phones because that wasn't a thing. And so,
and the economy was
completely different.
Significantly different.
And so when you think of all those things and those differences, it's like, well, yeah, why would that apply? I think the thing is we're applying a bunch of old things to now.
Yeah, and where it doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't fit. It doesn't suit
at all
now. And I think that's a big thing with, like, just considering yourself in the situation. Like, are you late? Are you a late bloomer? Are you really late blooming, or are you
dealing with your current circumstances?
Yeah. Or is it just what the card you were dealt?
Yeah.
And you're actually right on time.
I feel like some people mistake late blooming and just being like undisciplined.
There is a difference.
There's big difference. I'm not talking about with like romantic relationships, because romantic relationships can happen at any time. I'm talking about like career, because there's a difference between you are trying for this one thing and it just takes a little minute. Because, for example, Victoria Monet, she's been in the music industry since 2010. She's been songwriting, she's been working on her own stuff since 2010. Her breakout year wasn't until 2023.
That's no joke.
But it's like she was on this path, and she was just like, I'm going to keep on working on it. I'm going to keep on chipping away at it. And all this energy I put into it is going to result into something. But then for some people, they're like, oh, I'm going to start this. And then they take 10 years, and then they're like, oh wait, no, I'm just a late bloomer. I'm just a late bloomer, It's like, no, actually you had no discipline.
To bloom, you would have had to plant.
Ooh.
Okay?
Gotta plant.
You have to plant something.
You gotta water it,
work
consistently
on it for anything to be blooming. Okay? If there's nothing in the dirt, in the ground, there's no flower to see. So it doesn't matter what season you're in, whether you're in a season, fall, winter, spring, or your life season, it was never going to come or amount to anything, because nothing was planted. So that's really step 1 in even blooming ever. If you haven't done any of that, then yeah, you're just wasting time.
This video actually isn't for you.
Yeah. It is not the same to be complacent and think that that's going to yield any growth, or like equate to a late bloomer, because the thing is, a late bloomer will someday bloom. It's just not within the timing that you think, and that can be hard, I feel like, to accept as a person, like to know, like you're saying, like Victoria Monet, she started back, would that have been 13-ish, at least a decade before she got her big break. And it's like, do you know how difficult that is?
It's like you're constantly seeing people that you came up with thrive.
Right. Or even I wrote the song for you.
Yeah. And now you're like number 1 on Billboard.
Yeah.
It's like,
that is my song technically.
It's like, when you're constantly just clapping for other people, it does get
tiring.
Very tiring. It's like you want it, like you can genuinely be happy for others, seeing them, take off, but then it's like, okay, when is it my turn?
And I think that's something we should talk about, because I think that there is in a time of being a late bloomer or, you know, being that type of person, it may be easier to get jealous or defeated quickly because you are trying to remain happy for others because you genuinely are. But there is, I think, just a natural, like, what the heck is going on with what's for me? Like,
it's like, is it coming?
Is it ever coming?
And it's like, it is. I feel like any desires that are like put into your heart, like any desires that you can't shake, if you water them, if you're, you know, taking action towards them, it's bound to happen at some point. You just don't know when. Yeah, you definitely don't know when, and I think that's the scary part, is that it could be 50.
It's the unknown. It could be 50 and you could pop off, and that would be, you know, great. But it could also be 30 days. You know, and it's like, and that's why I think you really have to know, like, what you planted, what are you looking to grow, like, because that's what's going to help you keep going. Because everyone doesn't have the same journey, and there's no way to expect, like, oh, my friend did it in this time, so that's what's going to happen for me.
Yeah, it's like, no, that was their path, and they probably had some struggles that they did not tell you about, but also that's their journey. You have your own special journey.
Exactly.
But if you just keep on looking at someone else's paper, you're not going to focus on your journey.
Exactly. When you're a late bloomer, you're not microwavable. And that might not make sense to you, but let me cook. When you're making a cake, think about Thanksgiving dinner, okay? This might really throw you off, but think about Thanksgiving dinner. The turkey takes the longest, the cakes take the longest, the greens take the longest. You have to let it cook. Everything that's good, everything that's flavorful, everything that has substance, everything that you had to pour into, okay? It wasn't just, I took it out the microwave, I took it out the freezer, took the plastic off and put it in the microwave. You've created something out of these few things that you had. So if you look at that as yourself, you may have patience, you have made kindness, you may have anger. But you take your ingredients and you mix them together, and you got a goal and you work towards that, and you just let it simmer for a bit, and you keep working, baby. Let that sweet potato pound cake talk to ya. Okay? This isn't a Starbucks lemon loaf.
Okay.
This is a sweet potato pound cake. And it's not the same. Like, that's why people say, you know, you like eating out. Everybody likes eating out and doing all that, but at the end of the day, you always say, I really want a home cooked meal. At some point, you're going to want that home cooked meal. And so all I'm saying is that late blooming has its benefits, and it has its substance that you cannot get from, like, quick. And being quick has its own goodness.
Yeah.
But being a late bloomer truly creates so much substance and character that I think is not accounted for and applauded the way that it should, because it's hard. It's a hard thing.
It really is.
Just remember, like, you're cooking up. Like, you're the mac and cheese that everybody's looking forward to on Thanksgiving. That's who you become. And don't take that lightly. Like, it's not quick, to even learn how to become your best self or your most bloomed self. Like,
it takes a lot of ups and a lot of downs. And when I tell you, you learn so much in those valleys. You get so much wisdom in those valleys.
Yeah, I wish it didn't take that, but it does.
Yeah, like, Lord, I wish you didn't have to bring me down so low.
So low. Why would you do that?
I'm drowning.
Listen.
Let me float.
Let me float. Let me fly. But yeah, I don't think that there's just certain characteristics that are really so imperative of who you're going to be. And that's why you're a late bloomer. That's why it's just,
you needed more time to cook.
You needed more time. If you think about when something's done too early and produced and put out, it's never taken well. Like, it's either, like we're saying, unconsumable, or it's easy to fall apart.
Yeah.
that's how you would be. You would be unconsumable, easy to break down. People could probably attack your character quicker, and you wouldn't be able to actually know who you are, know the type of flower or plant that you've bloomed into. Somebody could tell you a hydrangea and you really a rose.
You need the process.
Yeah.
It's imperative that you have the process.
To be exactly who you're supposed to be.
Yeah. Not who your mama wants you to be. Not who your daddy wants you to be. Who you were actually meant to be in order to impact the people that you're meant to impact.
Another reason I think some people are late bloomers is because it depends on the childhood that you may have had.
Oh, yeah.
And I think that people who maybe didn't have as much of a voice, possibly, or other reasons, are late bloomers as well. Because think about this, you have to take time to be away from your family or whoever raised you to learn your own thoughts.
Yeah.
And so,
and trust your own thoughts.
And trust yourself.
Like, yeah.
And know, like, your core values. Because I feel like you're raised with core values, whether you know them or not, you have them. And so if you don't like them, or if you want to change some element about them, or it just wasn't true to you, they could have been good, but they just weren't true to you. I think that takes time to unlearn and to relearn. And so it would be very difficult. Like, you can't just do that in a year.
Yeah, it doesn't happen overnight.
Yeah, you're not going to be 18 and then 19, you got everything figured out. Like,
it's like there's a whole process that you have to go through to deconstruct some of the toxic ideologies that you may have grown up with. And it's like, sometimes you have to even forgive your parents for some of the toxic ideologies, because that was probably passed down to them.
Exactly.
They thought, oh, I'm doing the right thing, I turned out fine, especially in the Black community. And you can't beat yourself up for taking a little bit longer in your head to deconstruct, and build up what you think, what you need in order to go forward in life.
Yeah.
Like, build up and craft your core values that you need in order to go forward in life,
and that you want to pass along, and that are important to you, that give you settledness, you know. And so I think that that's something that I just wanted to add, because I feel like it's easier if you're raised with core values that already align with you, and like that's a faster course. And so I think if people are, because I know for me, I used to wonder, like, dang, why am I off beat? What is going on? Why am I not like, but it's just like, no, I am definitely one of those people that had more, I needed to unlearn and relearn a lot of things, and trust, like, really learn to trust myself. And I think that's a big part of, like, possibly the way that you were raised, or how you were able to express yourself at an earlier age,
While we're on the subject of deconstructing, like, toxic ideologies from childhood, we gotta talk about the whole Black girl magic, Black excellence, because as two Black women, hello, fully Black women, okay, I feel like there's such a pressure, especially when you go into spaces that aren't, like, fully Black. There's such a pressure to be perfect.
Like I mean,
have everything
to the nines.
Yeah.
You better look good. You better know everything about everything.
Yes,
like,
you better know how to do this job forwards, backwards, with your eyes closed, running up a hill,
and be ready to play different roles that you didn't sign up for.
Like, perfectly.
Yeah, perfectly, with and
with a smile on your face.
But the thing is that I feel like is most sad about it, I feel like Black people are the ones that created this performance. It again is the same pressures of society to, like, do more and be more and have more and do this and, like, be unstoppable.
Yeah, like, be superwoman. And it's like, I'm human. Like, listen, I love to learn. I love to sit down and read a good book. But sometimes I don't want to do that. Sometimes I actually do just want to doom scroll.
Exactly. And what did Glow say? Do I look like Superwoman? No, I'm not. I just think that it's insane that we accept this level of, like, everyone needs to be in the top of everything.
Yes.
Like all Black women.
You must be in the top 10 of your class. You must be head of your company. You must be leading the leaderboards. It's like, what?
I might want to be a little lazy. Okay.
And we're not saying to be lazy all the time, but we're saying like, why aren't we expected to rest? Why are we expected to be perfect?
Yes.
Top 10, 10, 10, 10 across the board.
Whole thing.
With everything. When it comes to motherhood, when it comes to being a wife, when it comes to being a friend, when it comes, like, you can't have
flaws.
Yeah, you literally can't have flaws.
Yeah. And it's insane because we're all, like, we're so flawed. Like,
we're human.
As everyone else is.
We're expected to be superhuman. And
it's tiring.
I'm not.
Yeah, it's tiring. And I think it just feeds into the element of feeling like you're a late bloomer because it's like there's so much pressure that, oh, you, like, you know, there's some Black owned businesses, like I know this I can't remember her name, but it's this young teen. She like created an entire like hair care line and was like a millionaire by like 17 or something crazy. That's good and everything, but
that's amazing.
Yeah,
that is, you are an anomaly.
Yeah, yes, and not the standard.
But Black parents are going to look at that and be like, look at what she did. You can do that.
Yeah.
Go do it.
Yeah, do it. Go do that.
Go make us some money.
Yeah.
So you can take care of your family.
They want to see the Serena Williams, Simone Biles.
Because in the Black community, it's okay, yeah, you're the one. Go be the one so you can come back and take care of us.
And let me relax.
Okay.
Let me relax and you go do you and work for all of us.
Work for all of us.
And it's just not helpful. It's really not helpful. And if we could all just begin to bloom when we bloom and allow others to actually do, like, you work on your growth.
Yeah, because you weren't put on this earth for me to take care of you.
Exactly.
And we are talking about people who are actually able.
100% able.
Not... Don't take this out of context. If you have your right mind, if you have abilities, the ability to learn, the ability to go out and do, why do you expect me
to do it
for you?
And to to slow down and hold back my progress.
Yeah.
Or work towards something I don't want, because there's this standard of like, oh, well, you must, like, the excellence is like a doctor or a lawyer or this or that. And it's like, what if that's not what I want to do at all? What if the excellence that I possess, it hasn't even been shown in where I'm headed to do? So now I'm pursuing something that I don't even want to do because of somebody else's priorities. No, you know, and now we're wasting more time. Blooming even later. Blooming even later.
And suppressing who you actually are. When I tell you, if you suppress who you actually are, all that ends up, you're going to be bitter. You're going to be spiteful. You're going to be looking at people who are actually expressing themselves and be like, why do they think they can do that?
Exactly.
You're going to be jealous, envious, insecure. And you know where that's going to get you?
Nowhere. If you're already in a bad situation, being weird... being weird is never gonna make it better. It's never gonna make it better. Like, you're already in a bad little spot, and now you're being a weirdo. Now you're being jealous. Now you're being envious.
It's like, when I say it is literally never the answer,
that's not gonna help you bloom, babes.
It's being weird is never the answer. There's never a time where it's the answer.
Never be in a situation and say, you know what, I'm gonna be a weirdo about it.
Like, you know what? I see this girl doing her thing. And you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna act like I'm her friend, right? I hate her guts.
Want to be her, really.
I want to be you.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna act like I'm your friend, even though I hate you. Everything that you tell me about, everything you tell me that you want to do, oh no, you shouldn't do that. I don't think you should do that. I think that's a bad idea.
Stopping.
And then I'm gonna go and do it. It's literally never the answer. You will never prosper like that.
And it's not going to work for you.
It's not going to work for you.
That's not going to be the thing that takes you off and helps you to actually become. It's literally going to drag you backwards. So don't ever take someone else's shining and blossoming season as,
oh my gosh, they're taking my shine. They are taking that away from me. They're not.
There's room for everyone all the time.
All the time.
For everyone.
Listen, if you want to start a lip gloss line, listen, there's room for you, okay?
There is.
Jada Waiter ain't taking that away from you.
At all.
Mac ain't taking it away from you. Nyx ain't taking it away from you.
Elf.
They ain't taking it. Create a lane of your own. There's room for everyone. Mm-hmm. Okay.
And your season is going to be your season.
And yours alone. Like,
it's not that hard. I don't get what's hard to understand about it. Like,
if you just focus on yourself, okay,
lasering on you.
Okay, if you just focus on yourself, keep your eyes on your own paper, I promise you will not look at somebody else and say
and be so jealous.
Oh, I'm supposed to have that. Mm-hmm. No, you're not. Mm-hmm. It's theirs.
Exactly.
And you can go out and get your own. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah, precisely. Because it's just never going to give what's theirs is mine.
Yeah, no. God, if you think God is going to bless that, if you think Jesus Christ, not that other man, is going to bless that.
And check the desires of your heart also. Because why do you want what's for someone else? Is that not weird to you?
That's very weird. And like, being weird is never the answer.
Right. It's never the answer. You have time.
Yeah, I promise you have time.
You have so much time.
If you are if you are working towards it, if you are watering that seed, something is bound to bloom. Something's bound to bloom. Something has to happen.
Yeah. And it might surprise you. Yeah. But don't look at that surprise as if it wasn't for you. Like, let it flow.
Okay?
Let it flow.
Because at the end of the day, if you have a goal and you are consistently working towards it, you should welcome abundance. Like, you should be welcoming to good things happening to you, good things happening to that goal. God can start watering the goal too. Come on, like, you literally never know what's going to happen. But when something good happens to you, just know that you are worthy of it. Don't, oh no, I can't. Actually, no, welcome it.
Right. This can't be for me. I've never had this.
Well, listen. When something good comes into your life, you better rise to that occasion. Don't just be like, oh my gosh, no, I can't. It came to you for a reason. You were watering this goal for this good thing. And now you're going to turn it away.
And now?
Are you clinically insane?
Listen, out of all the times. Let yourself, let the sun shine on you too.
Please.
Because I feel like as a late bloomer, that's a struggle. It was never your season. It was never your time. You were never this. You were never that. Blah, 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 blah. Like,
and then your time finally comes and you're like, oh wait, I'm not used to this feeling.
I don't know how to deal with this. I don't know how to accept it.
And then anxiety tries to creep in. Oh my gosh, the rug is going to be pulled up from under me. No.
Yeah.
Soak in it. It's for you.
Bask in the sun.
Okay. I feel like we're talking to ourselves.
We are.
Yeah.
Yeah. We are.
Yeah.
That's okay.
In my personal life, I feel like I'm a late bloomer in like career because when you're growing up, like you have like these little lily pads in front of you. First grade, second grade, middle school, high school,
right?
College, job. But then it's like, ooh, I could do so many jobs. I could do so many things now. Like the world just kind of opens up, and then that's when you realize, oh, I build my life.
Yes.
Like you have to take radical responsibility of your life. And it's like, oh, well, I don't know what road to go
exactly.
down.
Which one do I like? Like, I don't know. And then I think it's even harder when you're, something I'm learning now is like when you're a well-rounded person, I'm a jack of all trades, but a queen of nothing, king of nothing. Like, so it's like, whatever I'm gonna do, I'm gonna be good at it. Let's clock it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna be able to be good at it, but it doesn't make it easy to then know what to pursue because it's like, well, I can do anything.
Literally. I can pursue all of these things.
I can figure it out no matter which lane I go. So what lane do I really want?
And it's just like, do you have to choose?
I don't think so. And I think that makes you even more of a late bloomer. I don't think you have to choose. I don't think you have to. You were given all of those talents for a reason.
Yeah. And I feel like when you're given a lot of talents, in a way, you're expected to use all of those talents because they're gonna reach people who you can help first off, but like people who can also help you. But it's a matter of, okay, so when do I pick this talent up?
Right. Right. Which one's first? Which one's second? Which one's third? Yeah.
And like, in what way do I want to use it?
And how do they mix together? Because they have to, because they're all in one person. So yeah. I think it's a lot to try to navigate and kind of figure out. And
it's like, you have to give yourself grace. Because
not my forte.
You have to give yourself grace because this is the first time you're living this life. And no one has it all figured out.
No one.
I guarantee you. Listen, if you're not struggling in relationships, like romantic relationships, then you might be struggling in career. If you're not struggling in career, you might be struggling in building community. Like there's something that everybody could work on. There's something that everybody is yearning for. So like, not everyone has everything.
No one ever has everything. And I think that's the point in community and having others, because you can feed into what I may already be working on, right? We may have some similar strengths, but also my weaknesses may be one of your strengths and one of your weaknesses may be one of my strengths. And so now we can lean on each other and play this, not tug and pull, but to a certain extent, like this tug and pull, to where we're helping balance
you can,
each other.
Pour into each other,
right? And you help balance my weaknesses. You know what I mean? Like, or you help me learn and cultivate them better. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's also a key thing, is having community and having people show you sometimes who you are. If you're a late bloomer, sometimes people can. And you have to really, again, this is why we talked about friendships and really knowing who's around you, because the wrong person will send you on a path you don't need to be going on.
Yeah, the wrong person is banking on you not knowing
on your downfall.
Okay.
But the right one will help you to show you things that you didn't even know about yourself. Or to reveal to you, like, I know you think this is regular. I know you think it's regular because you've done it all your life.
Yeah.
But from my observations, it's not regular. And you need to tap into that. So having a community that can help show you who you are for real. And highlight those strengths and be like, girl, lean into that.
Please.
Lean in.
Okay. Because when I tell you, when it comes to this YouTube stuff, this one is the reason I'm still here.
Yeah.
Like, for real. Her, my husband, those two.
She's the reason I started.
Oh.
She's the reason I started. So I feel like, you know what I'm like, I don't know. It's just
like having genuine community with people who actually love you and want to see you grow and thrive, like actually thrive, and they push you towards your strengths is so vital.
And don't let you give up on yourself.
Yeah. Like, when you are at 10, they're at 90. They're like, nah, you need to get up here.
I'm gonna help push you along the way.
Yeah.
I'm gonna push you along the way. And I think too, it's just like, as a late bloomer, you're gonna have so many times of doubt, which really sucks, but it's gonna kind of happen a little bit more because you're not seeing these results as quickly. And
you may be seeing everybody else, because as humans, comparing is natural. It is, but I feel like social media has made it 10 times worse. Yeah.
It has. That's why I have no Instagram, because I didn't want to wake up and be insecure about something that was not on my mind when I woke up.
Yeah.
But now it is an hour later because I was scrolling. And also learn things that you're not ready for yet. And stop feeding into things that are hurting you when they don't have to. You don't have to have certain things. You don't have to have a TikTok. You don't have to have an Instagram.
Yeah, you don't. Actually, I feel like it's better because TikTok in a way kind of tells you who you should be.
I always felt like you have your era. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You have your era. I was never the crop top baddie. That was never me. I don't want to get too personal, but like, that's not how I'm set up, you know? Don't think that like because someone's into it that you have to be into it too. And I think that social media really feeds into creating paths that you did not want or really like desire even for yourself, but now you're like, because I used to feel like, I feel like I should be in a crop top, or I feel like I should be in, and it's like, you actually don't. Like, who cares? Who literally cares?
Like, who are you when social media isn't telling you who you are?
Foundation.
Who are you for real?
We need some foundation.
Let's get back to that.
Use your mind. At the end of the day, use your own mind and realize where you are to ground yourself, and so that you can always remember, like, with your chest, who you are.
Yeah.
Don't let other people tell you, because that will help you in those doubtful moments and in those, unshaky seasons, or no, not unshaky, very shaky seasons. It'll just really help you remember, like, even if I'm a late bloomer, I'm okay. I'm cool. Like
you're still that girl.
Because maybe when I bloom, when my garden starts to garden,
it's like, I feel like when you're a late bloomer in your mind, you just got to know there is an end goal. Like, if you can see it, you can be it.
Absolutely.
And it might just take, a year or 2, 5 years, 10 years for your reality to actually catch up to who you are.
Yes.
But
be willing to wait.
But in the meantime, that love that you have for, like, your idealized version, like, the girl that already has the career, the girl that already has the marriage, or
the kid,
the kid, the house. Yeah, the love that you have for her or him, you should actually give that love to yourself right now. Like, you deserve that love right now. You deserve that admiration right now. Truly. The nurturing right now, because you're worthy of it. Like, you see it, so you know you're gonna be it. But in the meantime, you need to love yourself down.
And that's what helps you get there.
Yeah, that's literally what helps you get there.
And also, I think a lot of people get confused about what that means. Because I know me personally, when someone's like, love yourself till you get there, do this and that, right? Yeah. I'm kind of like, okay, what the hell do you mean? But I think some, like, literal, actual, practical things that you can do. Learn what your insecurities are.
Yeah.
Take time to learn how to fix those things. Create self-love. Like, what do you like to do? Pour into your hobbies. Make sure you're doing something happy, or that fuels you in the now. Like, listen to your favorite song. Find something that when you're really down, or when that you can kind of lean on a little bit.
Yeah, totally.
That's how you learn to love yourself more, is you have to actually, it's not just I love myself. I just, hope that y'all learn very practical ways to learn to love yourself and help you through just your little down points.
Yeah, because we all have down points. All of us. It's just, how are you going to navigate through it? Because, me, I'm a cry. Okay, I'm a cry, but it ain't never sit down here and sulk.
Yeah.
And just not do anything. Just let life run me over. Oh, it will never, I promise.
Stand up!
Okay, I promise you, it will never give that.
Stand up.
It's definitely giving, I'm going to be sobbing while doing what I need to do.
Keep going until it happens.
Yeah, keep going until it happens. Anyways, we hope you guys enjoyed this podcast style video.
Truly.
I'm going to leave all of Victoria's information in the description box below, because y'all need to subscribe to her. Her videos are top tier. Okay. Y'all heard the advice she gave in this video. Just wait until you see her by herself. Okay.
Thanks.
Of course.
And let us know if you think you're a late bloomer. Like, how did you figure out if you were, if you weren't?
Yeah. I hope you had a beautiful day, beautiful night whenever you're watching this. Bye.